You know, we all have to be very careful, right, with what we say. We all have to tiptoe. Look, I've been very vocal about mental health issues. I'm on Lexapro. Why am I on Lexapro? I call it my crazy meds. If that seems insensitive, tough. That's what I call my medicine. And if you don't like it, I can't help you. I've been a big proponent of mental health issues in the city of Indianapolis as I dealt with my own. I dealt with real depression where when I was coaching, as my father told me, if you ever lose as a coach, you will die. It will kill you, and it almost did. So I get a kick out of everybody, people telling me how competitive this guy or that guy is. I go, yeah. No, losing almost killed me to the point where I had to sleep on the floor. I couldn't sleep on a couch. I couldn't sleep on a bed. I had to sleep on the floor. So, long story. So I'm very sympathetic to the plight of Simone Biles, but making her the athlete of the year at Time Magazine is ridiculous. She got the yips, the twisties, her words, not mine. We could celebrate a lot of people that performed. If you want to make her the person of the year for standing up for mental health, then great. But I think it's time that we get we start giving credit where credit is due to people that actually participated. In no world is Simone Biles the athlete of the year. Person of the year, courageous person of the year, if that's what you want to make it, great. But let's be honest here. Simone Biles as the athlete of the year is just pandering. And I want to say nobody, and I mean nobody, benefits from pandering. Nobody. I mean, let's be honest. Who does? Who benefits from pandering? Who benefits from giving people fake awards? Who benefits? I mean, does all of a sudden everybody go, well, mental health is going to be cured? No. People that deserved, that went out there and competed, that went out there and got things done on the field where athletes do perform, did not get their due. Now, look, I'm not all upset about it. It doesn't matter to me, but the world that we live in is ridiculous. Simone Biles is a wonderful person. She made her decision. She took the blame. She took the acclaim. But in terms of being an athlete, please, don't embarrass us. Don't make us all look like we're just some slaps that are going along with the company line. She had the twisties, I guess is what you call it, which is like the yips in golf. Fine. No dishonor in that. Everybody gets it. She's got mental health issues. I do too. I'll walk right around and tell anybody. I cannot tell you the amount of people that when they heard my story about it, they go, really? What are you doing? I told them. They go, well, thank you. I'm a big proponent. Colts aren't smart enough to use me in their campaigns, but that's fine. But the Colts, I admire them. The Colts are putting out all the time. Change the stigma, erase the stigma. The stigma of mental health is real. The stigma of mental health is something that I don't give a rat's ass whether somebody puts me on a stigma, whether somebody makes fun of me, whether whatever. My life is my life, and Lexapro's a part of it every freaking day because it helps me. You take it good. You don't take it good. Generally, everybody that you see on your television coaching or playing golf is on Lexapro. Damn near everybody you saw in the Olympics is on Lexapro or some form of Lexapro. The stigma ought to be if you don't have mental health issues. I mean, how the hell are you getting through this world if you have mental health issues? But it doesn't make me broadcaster of the year because I've got mental health issues. It doesn't even make me close. You know, the good broadcasters, the Collingsworths of the world, those are the people. Hell, and I'm sure Simone Biles in a weird way deep down feels the same way. Here's the world we live in. You ready? This is the greatest. This is one of my favorite things that I've seen. Now, Urban Meyer is under attack from everybody. I get it. We all get under attack. Middle-aged white guy, you're going to be under attack. Every little white media guy that wears skinny jeans, has a little beard, is going to tell a little middle-aged white guy we're a boomer, blah, 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 blah. Particularly if you're successful like Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer gets in an argument with a guy named Marvin Jones. Marvin Jones is a wide receiver that played on some of the worst teams in the NFL. It's nothing like, this isn't Jerry Rice. This is Marvin frickin' Jones, a guy who's probably lost more games as an NFL player than anybody ever. I don't know. I mean, I don't know, but I know he played on the Lions, and I know he played on the Bengals, and I know he didn't elevate them. So Urban Meyer is going off on everybody. And again, if you look at the great coaches of the NFL, about 90% of them started out 1-15, 2-4, whatever. Peyton Manning, 3-13 for crying out loud. Urban Meyer's already doubled the win total. You don't like what he did in the bar? God bless you. I mean, everybody's judging everybody, so it's fine. But Marvin Jones gets yelled at by his coach. Apparently, Urban went into the wide receivers room, and he let Marvin have it. I'm sure it was about effort or not running a route right. Something, oh my God, so important. And Marvin Jones storms out of the building. Now, this is a guy that's never won nothing. And you wonder, why in the hell has he never won nothing? Well, if you did actually wonder that, there's your answer. So Marvin Jones storms out of the building, and some guy on the staff talks him into coming back. Bad move. Once a guy storms out of the building, coming back never works. And whoever went and got the guy should be fired. Do you remember the story, Bob Knight choking Neil Reed? Do you remember this story? Well, we made the mistake. Neil Reed got yelled at. He stormed out of the building about a month or 6 months before that, whatever. I didn't go after him. I'm like, good, get his ass out of there, but I'm a former player. Assistants went, got him, brought him back, all that happy horse bleep. Next thing you know, Neil Reed's the victim. And he was a victim. Don't ever bring anybody back. They're so sensitive, they're so fragile that they're going to walk out of the building because the coach yells at them, adios, here's the deal, you're not winning with them anyway. You're just not. Period. All right. Fast forward. So Marvin Jones does this. And this is the world you all live in. This is not the world that I live in. I refuse to live in this world. I refuse to participate in this type of world. All right? Marvin Jones is viewed as a hero. Marvin Jones is viewed as a guy, I don't know, that we're all supposed to say, oh, good for Marvin Jones. That's the world we live in. That's the world of the Louis Riddicks of the world. And by the way, what in the hell is going on at ESPN? Now, Louis Riddick, you got to understand. I know this. Louis Riddick never got promotions. Louis Riddick didn't do jack squat when he was inside of the NFL working as a GM. All of a sudden, Louis Riddick, it's so funny, goes and becomes a media guy, and now everybody wants Louis Riddick as their general manager. Swear to God, when Louis Riddick was in Philadelphia, it came down to Louis Riddick and Ryan Grigson to see who was going to be elevated. Louis Riddick, Ryan Grigson elevated. Louis Riddick, nobody, and I mean nobody, in the NFL was ever going to hire Louis Riddick as a general manager. Now all you guys want is Louis Riddick. I want Louis Riddick. We need Louis Riddick. All of a sudden, Louis Riddick, because he went into the NFL, is a freaking, you got to have him in Chicago. You got to have him. Oh, my God, we got to have him. All of a sudden, Louis Riddick. So Louis Riddick, if I did this at ESPN, I would have been called in front of 15 different people. Louis Riddick talking about Urban Meyer. Now, understand, you may not like Urban Meyer, but Urban Meyer won 3 national championships. Urban Meyer's players revere him. This is Louis Riddick, a washout as a general manager. When he was in, now think about this, when he was actually in the NFL, not one person thought to hire him as a general manager. Now you can blame, I know what's happening. Oh, Ray, no, it wasn't Ray's. I know people that worked with him. No, all of a sudden he's in the media, and we're all supposed to genuflect. This is what this guy said. When people out you for being a terrible leader, he's talking about Urban Meyer, 3 national championships, a finger pointer, or for trying to make them feel less than. It isn't a leak. It should be a wake-up call. You just learned why Louis Riddick never got a job. He wants people to leak in his organization. He's worried about people that are so weak-minded that they run to the media and out the coach. Look, there isn't a team in the world that's won because of that. And make no mistake, and Louis Riddick, I know what he's trying to do. Can you imagine you're calling Monday Night Football and you call one of the head coaches in the NFL a terrible leader? Louis Riddick can get away with it. A guy like me can't. I saw this and I just started laughing. All of a sudden, Louis Riddick is believing his own bullshit. Like he actually has an opinion that matters. When he was inside the NFL, not one person thought to hire him, ever. He couldn't get a promotion. Ended up leaving. Does a nice job on TV. Terrible on Monday Night Football. Can't see the game. Makes so many mistakes about what happened. But this guy here, This guy here is calling a 3-time national champion coach a terrible leader because all he's done in his first year at Jacksonville is double the win total. God bless you, Louis Riddick. The other little goof is that little shaver, Adam Schefter. The little shaver's out. I love when guys that wear jock straps on their head, like Adam Schefter, call out real athletes. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Hey, Shefty, I got something for you. So little Adam Schefter goes out, and he kind of makes fun of the Chicago Bears. He says, with Sunday night's performance, Aaron Rodgers now has acquired an even greater share of the Chicago Bears, per sources. I love when guys that wear jock straps on their heads make fun of real athletes like guys that play on the Bears. It's the best. We're going to get Shefty running a 40. We're going to get Shefty catching a football. Man, I'm just telling you. I would have had Lee Fitting, Norby Williamson. Man, I put something on Twitter to a good friend of mine, and I had him calling me. Oh, my God, Dakich. Oh, God. Dakich, you got to get that off Twitter. I said, it's a good friend of mine. We're just messing around. Oh, God. We got little Shefty. Hi, Shefty. We got little Shefty angry. Talking shit to real athletes? Ridiculous. MSNBC primetime, every one of their hosts failed to report the Juicy Smolit verdict. Now, only understand the Juicy Smolit verdict is and was the number one story. You've got another fake hoax. You've got another fake hoax. I mean, in a string of fake hoax. Every time somebody fell down, it was a Trump guy that attacked him, and most of them, if not all of them, proved to be wrong. Oh, my God, Trump guy did this. Hell, LeBron James participated in it. LeBron James did the John Thompson. John Thompson is funny. John Thompson's name is going on the court. People don't know this. At Georgetown, John Thompson was going to get fired. John Thompson sprayed racial slurs on the court and pressured Georgetown into keeping him. His son tried to do that years later, John Thompson III at Ball State. Ball State said, yeah, bullshit. True story. So anyway, this isn't, racial hoax have been going on forever. But Juicy Smollett's racial hoax is number one. The number one story. And MSNBC, not one of their anchors even mentioned it. Why? Because he was guilty. Why? Because it was bullshit. Why? Because it was a hoax. Why? Because they're so on one side. I just don't get the whole one side thing. Whether it's Fox, MSNBC, I don't get it. I don't get being on one side or the other. We're all Americans. Black, white, Democrat, who cares? Sport guy, non-sport guy, we're all Americans. We're on the same side. What the hell are we doing? World's crazy. We got little Shefty, angry, or making fun of real athletes. We got Louis Riddick, all of a sudden couldn't get a job when he was in the thing. Now all of a sudden he's a genius, calling Urban Meyer a terrible leader. The world is nuts. And then we got MSNBC so whacked out that they can't even report. Hey, I don't care if you do a big deal on it, but it was the biggest story. I don't think either side should go wacko on it. It's just a dumbass Hollywood guy doing dumbass things. Raise your hand if you haven't seen that before. But damn. People call me a basketball guy. Oh, you're a basketball guy. What do you know about football? Well, I know a lot about everything. I'm a freaking genius here. So just sit back, relax, and let me wash over you.